Nova Southeastern and Barry are contending for a national championship. We're in Altamont Springs, Florida for the Division II final. Doubles to start. We're starting an hour earlier than originally scheduled in hopes of avoiding rain that is showing up in the forecast. The Sharks of Nova Southeastern are looking to defend their title, while Barry seeks its 9th natty, which would break the record for most at the D2 level. Buccaneers last won it in 2023. This is Cross Court Cast presented by Crack Rackets with Daniel Westhoff, my producer. I'm Brian Fenley. We are at San Lando Park, and what you're watching here is the top flight of doubles. Top flight of doubles, and it does feature Isabel Ciancaglini and Kristina Habokovic. And they are out there for the Sharks, a team that's 25-3. Winners of 5 in a row. They are taking on the ones for Barry. That would include Eileen Crespo and Andrea Di Palma. Nova Southeastern, they're wearing the black tops on the far side of the screen. They have won, as has Barry, the doubles point in every postseason duel this year. And Crespo is a sophomore from Argentina. Di Palma is a senior from Argentina and also a Louisville transfer. They are 15-2 in dual play. They went unfinished in the semifinals against Flagler College's 8th-ranked doubles team in the nation, and Anastasia Nikolova and Donna Hyman. An effective body serve throws off the forehand return. Ciancaglini, grad student from Bolivia, St. Thomas transfer. She'll be playing 4 singles coming up. Break chances here. Ciancaglini's teammate, Kristina Veronicova. She'll be playing 1 singles. We get the singles portion underway. We have 3 different doubles courts as the teams are contending for that doubles point. The team to win 2 courts of doubles takes the doubles point going into singles. Break a serve to start. Couldn't ask for a better start if you are Barry. A team that is 25-1. They've won their last 22 matches. Their only loss was against Florida Gulf Coast, a Division I team, and the final score there was 4-3. They are into the national championship match for an 8th straight year, including winning 6 natties in a row between 2017 and 2023. Off to the second flight of doubles. This is where we find Victoria Dealma and Maria Tatarnikova. A partnership that has won their last 7 matches. They're out there for the Buccaneers. 15-2 in dual play. Dealma scheduled to play 2 singles. Opposing them would be Sophia Xing, projected to play 3 singles, and Noemi Dadun, 5 singles coming up for her, and they are 3-1 together. No doubles scored is winning less than 76% of their matches this dual season for the Sharks. They've got 20 wins on court 1, 19 wins on court 2, 19 wins on court 3 in 2025. Sharks are serving. Dealma, 5'8" junior from Ukraine. Lutringer, 5'7" senior from Russia. Transfer from Drake. A straightforward overhead, easily taken care of by the Sharks. Xing of the Sharks is a senior from Auckland, New Zealand. Adun, freshman from France. They clinched the doubles point of the NCAA semifinals with a 6-1 win. They also clinched the doubles point in the Elite Eight in a victory against Azusa Pacific. Sharks have changed up their doubles lineup quite a bit as the season has progressed. It's some long partnerships that are very successful, and they have broken up those pairs. Three and one together are Xing and Dadun. But speaking about the longer partnerships, Xing was teamed up earlier this season for the majority of the year with Cian Conglini, and they were 15 and 2 together. Now they have split that pair. At the threes, our third and final flight, Julia Morais and Ita Habokovic for the Sharks. They're 5 and 1 together. Morais, 5'3" junior from Brazil. Habokovic, senior from Croatia. They went unfinished in their matches in the semifinal and in the quarterfinal. Against Dianara Alarova and Luann Lutringer. Alarova, 5'5" senior from Russia. She's a Kansas State transfer. Lutringer, 5'4" freshman from France. Alarova will be playing 5 singles. I'm expected to see her there, and Lutringer will be playing 4 singles. Morais will be at the 6 spot, Habokovic at the 2 spot. It's also the third time this year that these teams have met, Barry winning the first 2 meetings. The last one was for the Sunshine State Conference Championship. In the final, Buccaneers took it 4-3. It went down to that final court. Overall, Barry 35 wins and 4 losses. This is the 40th meeting between these two schools. Then there was a matchup earlier in the year before the conference tournament where Barry had a much more convincing win over Nova Southeastern, 6-1. Of course, the Sharks' last win against Barry was in the national championship match last year. A 4-2 win then for Nova Southeastern. For Nova Southeastern, it began in the South Regional, wins against Tuskegee and University of West Alabama, then on to the NCAA final site. At the overhead there, and a disappointing finish for Nova Southeastern. There's our score into our third game. Final sight for the Sharks. They have beaten Slippery Rock in a sweep. Quarterfinal, they took care of Azusa Pacific. That was back on Thursday. And then yesterday, the semifinal win against number 3 Midwestern State 4-1. The road for the Buccaneers, regional final, taking out Mississippi College. Coming up with that semifinal victory yesterday against Midwestern State. Sweet 16 over St. Thomas Aquinas, beat Point Loma Nazarene in the last 8. With all of those wins in the NCAA postseason for Barry, they have never given up more than 1 point to their opponent. And they did win the doubles point in the 2 prior meetings this year against Nova. Game points. Continuing to hit big backhands and a forcing shot for Nova Southeastern. Habokovic putting that one away. Off the backhand, forcing shot. Deciding point coming up, so more pressure here on the server in the hopes of trying to hold.
Let's go.
Barry has won the doubles point 23 times this year. Up 40-15, but the Buccaneers struggle to close out the game on their terms. They lose that delivery in Game 3, and it is a 2-1 lead for the Sharks as they break through a deciding point. All Buccaneers on court 2. As we get back to the second flight. Shing and Dadun. Senior and freshman combination there. Shing from Auckland, New Zealand, played 2 years at Georgia College. And Nadu, just a freshman out of France. She's the only freshman out there playing doubles today for the Sharks. To redo that with the ball coming in from another court. Ford Love, all Buccaneers here. They're wearing the whites. They're ducking out of the way. Avoid giving up the point and getting hit, as that one is long off of Nova Southeastern. Dealma out there for the Buccaneers, along with Maria Tatarnikova. They've been perfect in the NCAA postseason. Picked up a 6-1 win against Flagler College in the semifinals yesterday. 6-3 victory in the Elite Eight. Started out with a bagel set in the regional final against Mississippi College. A team that is really dialed in. For the doubles players, for Barry, will be playing singles, with all 6 doubles players for Nova Southeastern playing singles. An opportunity, and a few of them at that, for the 2023 national champs to go up 5-love on court 2. Brazen decision with the backhand, but plants it in the doubles alley to secure the point. Prolong this 5th game. Barry has jumped in front 5-0. They cannot be stopped here on court 2 so far. A team that is into the NCAA final for the 11th time in program history. All 3 doubles courts can be seen at the same time. Think of this as like the NFL red zone, with the top flight occupying the big screen. On serve there. For the Sharks at the ones here, they had a dominating victory in the NCAA semifinal 6-1. They also had a 6-1 victory in the Elite Eight. They're 7-0 together. Veronicova and Cian Canglini. And we'll focus solely on court 2, considering where they are and what could be happening here in this set/match. How far along it is. So our eyes are going to be glued on this just for the moment. Strictly on it. Obviously, we'll be continuing to monitor all the big points and what's happening on the 1st and 3rd flights of doubles. Such intelligent tennis. Catching Nova Southeastern out of position. Love 30. Sophia Shing is serving. Gets a point on the board with a first serve. Oh, excuse me. That was a winner stepping out wide on the forehand side and ripping it past the net presence. It's match points here for the Buccaneers. Some help from the net cord preserves Nova Southeastern chances in this match for the time being. A winner off that backhand wing for 15-40. Not much depth on those lobs. Sharks will put it away after two cracks at overheads. Service game continues on the racket of Sophia Shing, who, when these two teams played in the conference final, a win for Barry 4-3, Sophia Shing was that last score to wrap up. She lost in a third set tiebreaker. Match was clinched in singles on court 3, which she was playing, and she's serving now, hunting desperately for a hold. An overhead set up by the depth that was seen off the return of serve. A bagel set and a just about near perfect display from Barry at the twos, as that is the first doubles match to come to a close. Life now much easier for the Buccaneers, needing only one of the two remaining matches to go their way in hoping to secure the doubles point. We bring you back to the top flight doubles, where it is 3-2 in favor of Nova Southeastern. Again, they're wearing the navy blue unis. So there have been a lot of changes in doubles, as mentioned, for the Sharks. Some successful partnerships were broken up. Habokovic and Veronicova were together for most of the year. They were 13-6. But now Veronicova is playing with Ciancaglini. Ciancaglini and Shing earlier in the year were 15-2. Now Shing is at the twos and Ciancaglini is at the ones. So Dadoun and Morais at 12-3 together, and Dadoun bumped up to the 2 line. Morais at the threes. 11 consecutive NCAA tournament matches won for the Sharks coming into today, and they have been 20-2 in this postseason tournament since 2022. Just an incredible mark. With the ones going on, we do have the threes. Nova Southeastern is up a break there, 4-1. Habokovic and Morais, 4-1. They're also serving. So they have taken an early command of that third flight. Barry, the top seed and the top-ranked team in the nation. Feeling the heat. With break chances working against them here at 15-40 in this 2-3 serve game. Program that is making their 33rd all-time NCAA tournament appearance. That one is out, so Nova Southeastern will pilfer a game off the serving Barry Buccaneers to enhance their lead 4-2. Nova Southeastern also has 4 games won on court 3, now up to 5-1 in front as they hold to extend their advantage. So it does look like Barry is serving for the match. So they must have just broken serve to go up 5-1. Or excuse me, Nova Southeastern is serving for the match. They must have just broken in game 6. What am I saying? Barry is serving to stay in the match. I beg your pardon. So that was a hold in game 6 for Nova Southeastern. At this 3 spot for Barry, it is Lutringer along with Alarova. They are 8-1 together, and they've won their last 6 matches. Wow. So that would be one way to put that ball away. It's going to be 40 love. The soft, gentle little touch at the net does the job. Managing their game well in that 7th game, Barry to pick up their 2nd game and stay alive for now in this match on court number 3. Nova Southeastern, though, despite the fact that they dropped court 2 by way of a bagel set with a win there at the twos for Victoria Dealma and Maria Lutringer. Nova Southeastern has enacted some rather sizable leads at the ones and the threes. Both of these teams have not dropped the doubles point all NCAA postseason. So one of these teams is going to see that streak come to a close. What is noteworthy for Barry is that since 2019, Barry is 123-2 when winning the doubles point. They never lose, essentially, when they win the doubles point. But things change when they don't. Barry winning the doubles point in the two prior meetings this year, as mentioned. Buccaneers getting the automatic berth into the NCAA postseason by winning the Sunshine State Conference tournament final, and they did it over the Sharks back on April 27th. Barry winning points on both courts in these the eighth game that's happening on both courts. Nova Southeastern not having the most easiest of paths in trying to close out the match on court three. Help in the form of a smash off a first serve for 15-40. Habokovic, more ice. Habokovic played at 6 singles last year in the national championship when these two teams faced off, and she won at the sixes in 3 sets. But there are a lot of new faces, and we'll get into that when we get into singles. Comparatively, in the singles lineup from last year when these two teams faced off in the national championship compared to this year. On court one, Barry serving to stay in the match. But on court three, there is a match point that has come about off a deciding point. From Love 40, a deuce point. Break chance / match point. A stellar display for the Buccaneers, clinging on to their hopes on court three. Longer rallies, not something that you usually see come doubles play, but it was an extended exchange that does go the Buccaneers' way to fight off the match's first match point. We'll be serving 3-5. It's also 5-3 Nova Southeastern on court one. With the hold in game 8 for the Buccaneers on court one. Now a hold is all that separates Nova Southeastern from winning the double set on court one. Some really good shot making. Nova Southeastern connects on a look down the line on court number 3. Barry up as the return team on court 1 in game 9. All on court 1. Pushes up long on the forehand there on the Buccaneers end. On court 3 in your right screen. These are the only 2 doubles matches that are still up for grabs after 2 doubles went to the 2023 national champs by way of a bagel set. Dealma and Maria Veronicova wasting little time in winning their 8th straight match together. We do have Nova Southeastern looking at match points on court 1. Veronicova in Ciancaglini. Deciding point to be played. Veronicova and Ciancaglini, they are 7-0 together. They continue to win in the NCAA postseason, victories in the Elite 8 and the Final 4. You can add on to that winning streak in the final. With the miss, a heartbreaking finish at the net on court 1 for the Buccaneers. That will give Nova Southeastern the doubles match on court 1 as they hold in that 5-3 serve game to force this 3rd and final doubles match to be played completely out to determine who wins the doubles point. Nova Southeastern just moments away from match points on court 1. Now they've got him on court 3. Off the bounce. An effervescent finish there on that forehand side to continue on this match. Saving a match point at that. But with the advent of a deciding point, still tense moments in this match. certain that out wide serve was in. Was called out. What an angle that was found by the Sharks off that second serve. They got ahead in the point from the get-go off that return of serve, and they get ahead in this national championship match by staking out the doubles point. Court 3. Morais and Habokovic get the job done. They are 6-1 together after going unfinished in the semifinal and quarterfinal. They do finish, and it's for the doubles point. They clinch it. Still to come here from Altamont Springs, Florida. It is the singles portion. We'll step aside and in moments come back to the outskirts of Florida at San Lando Park for the running of singles as Nova Southeastern and Barry are fighting for a national championship, meeting for the third straight year in the final. Singles time in this national championship match. We're in Altamont Springs, Florida. And for the third straight year, Nova Southeastern meeting in the NCAA final with Barry, both out of the Sunshine State Conference. This is the top flight of singles, and this comes after Nova Southeastern won doubles sets on courts 1 and then 3 the clincher to take the doubles point. Coming into singles at the ones, Christina Veronicova for for Nova Southeastern. She's on the far side, and she is taking on Alina Miskulic. Miskulic, 5th-ranked singles player in the nation. She did not play doubles, began the year number 1 in the nation in D2. Veronicova, sophomore from Czech Republic, has won her last 7 finished matches and is good for 21-4 in dual play. Won at 1 double 6-3 with Isabella Ciancaglini. Generating pace off that down the line shot, but misses wide. Does Veronicova, who won 12 consecutive matches from February 22nd through April 10th. Has had a great year. Won in the NCAA semifinal, 4-1 against Jessica Binzari, who was ranked 6th in singles. It's been a tough NCAA postseason, though, for Miskulic. She lost in the semifinals, went unfinished in the quarterfinals. Did pick up a win in the Sweet 16 against St. Thomas Aquinas. 5'10" sophomore from Austria, 10-7 in dual play and 2-6 versus nationally ranked singles players. There are 5 ranked singles players of the 6 in the lineup for the Buccaneers. This is the 3rd time that these 2 players are facing off this year. Obviously, the teams faced off twice. Both times, Barry won it. But individually in singles, Miskulic is 0-2 versus Nova Southeastern's Veronicova this year. First meeting, it was 6-1 going to Barry, so the only point that Nova Southeastern got in that first meeting earlier this year was at the ones, courtesy of Veronicova. And then she also won when they played again on April 27th in the Sunshine State Conference Final. That was a closer one at 4-3. We'll stay here at the ones. We'll get back to the ones in a moment. This would be court number 3, where we check out for the first time the 22nd ranked singles player in the nation, Andrea Dealma, for Barry on the far side. Meeting up with Sophia Shing, senior from Auckland, New Zealand, who lost at 2 dubs, 6 love earlier today. 14 of her 18 wins coming at the threes. Trying to attack that backhand of Shing was Dealma by finding pace off the forehand. Dealma, senior from Argentina, coming over from the Division I level where she was at Louisville. She's dropped only 1 match all dual season. She is 13-1. She was at 1 dubs for Barry, and they lost 6-3. Dealma. Too much heaviness on that forehand side, missing long. Does Sophia Shing, who last year in the national championship final against Barry was playing at the 5s, and she picked up a win against Angela Lewers, 6-3, 6-3. Lewers is playing at the 6s today. Lewers is at the 6s. She is 31 in the nation, and we'll check in on her momentarily. And she is taking on Julia Moraes, 5'3" junior from Brazil. New singles in the top 4 flights for Nova Southeastern compared to last year during the national championship in their singles lineup. So lots of new faces in 2025. Regularly looking to dictate with the forehand, not having a whole lot of patience and wanting neutral rallies. You could see that for Dealma, as soon as any moment presents itself, she is looking to generate pace off the forehand. Game points for her at 40-30. Last year in the national championship, singles number 1 at that 1 spot was Natalie Espinal of the Sharks. She was number 2 in the nation in singles. On the charge forward, overhits the forehand, giving the game to the serving Dealma, who went unfinished in the NCAA semifinals against Adela Latalova of Flagler College, but was up 6-3, 5-1, so was a game away from getting the job done there. Did have a win in 3 sets in the quarterfinal against Point Loma Nazarene. and does have a 2-0 record versus Nova Southeastern this season. More from court 3 in a little bit, but we do want to see what's happening on court number 2, where it's been all Victoria Dealma. She hasn't dropped a game yet. She won her doubles set 6-love with Maria Tatarnikova and is leading 2-love in singles early on. So 8 for 8, games played, games won, doubles into singles. She is receiving. Dealma is 15th in the nation in singles, 5'8" junior from Ukraine. Facing Ita Habokovic, senior from Croatia, who's been playing mostly at the 2s this year. She won her doubles match at the 3s, 6-3. That was the clincher for the doubles point on court 3. Playing with Julia Morais, who was at 6 singles. For Barry, courts 2, 3, and 5, they are winning 90% or better of their finished matches during the dual season. They've got 5 ranked players of the 6 in the singles lineup, as mentioned. The one unranked player is Lutringer, playing at the 4s. Victoria Dealma here. She played at the 2s last year in the Natty. 1 in 3 sets versus Alexandra Weir, who was 18th ranked in the nation. Weir Espinal at the 1s last year. She was 2nd ranked in the Natty for the Sharks. A bit of a facelift with their singles lineup in the Natty from last year to this year, as we previously discussed. 30-15. Excuse me, 15-30. Dealma sat out the Sweet 16. She did play in the Elite 8. At De Palma, we'll get back to her at the 3s. But yeah, at the 2s, Dealma is 1-1 versus Nova Southeastern this year. A break chance saved for Habokovic, who won 13 consecutive matches from February 18th through April 1st. She boasts a 19-4 record during the dual season. 30-40 with more break points entering the fold. I presume there was a ball that came in and forced play to stop, so they would essentially replay the point. Habokovic played 6 singles in the Natty last year versus Barry. So from 6 singles in 2024 in this NCAA final to 2 singles this year. And now a conversation is being had with the chair umpire, which gives us a chance to see what is going down on court 4. We meet up with Isabella Ciancaglini, 56 in the nation, representing the Sharks on the far side, and Luann Lutringer, 6'1" freshman from France. Unfinished in her last 3 matches. Lost at 3 dubs, and that was the 6-3 double set that clinched the doubles point, as mentioned, for the Sharks. An overhead put away set up by the moving forward in the court, taking time away and lacing a backhand cross court. Lutringer has gone unfinished in her last 3 matches. Ciancaglini won at 1 double, 6-3. She serves 15-30. Grad student from Bolivia, transferring over from St. Thomas. 18-3, her dual mark, having won her last 5 matches. A loose forehand strike that misses the court. Lutringer's air brings us to 30 all. Ciancaglini 15-3 at the 4s. She is 3-0 at the 3s. The last 3 matches, she went unfinished as well, but was leading in all 3 of them when the matches were abandoned. Hit a ball that might have been going out. Lutringer, as she rushed Ciancaglini on her forehand side, forced the squash forehand, took a backhand from down in the game to back in front. Looking to get on the board is the Bolivian. A lob try is off course as Lutringer advances in the court. On court 4, Nova Southeastern, as the deciding point comes up, is 17-3 combined during the dual season. They have an 85% winning percentage. That's second best of any of the 6 flights. Best coming on court 6. Ciancaglini in danger of going down 2 breaks, but does have a glimmer of hope with a game point as well. Making it known that she is very much building up a proclivity to coming forward. Net trips successful. Barry out to a strong start on court number 4. Lutringer 4 games to love in the opening set, and we are still in the first set here on court 5. Dianara Alarova. Barry, she is serving against Noemi Dadoun. Alarova, 5'5" senior from Russia. Kansas State transfer. What a year she's had. 21-1 in dual play. Perfect 6-0 at the fives. With the double, that brings up a deciding point with a break lead that is in jeopardy. What touch, and the elite problem-solving ability for Dadoun to wipe away the break deficit. Forced to defend into that backhand corner with a pace-filled inside-out forehand from Alarova. Handles that and then loops one over the top and in the court. Take the game away from the server. More from court 5 momentarily. Here's our final flight. Angela Lures, 31 in the nation in singles. What a luxury to have your 6th singles player in that 6th spot to be ranked, and ranked as high as 31 as Lures is. 5'11" senior from France. They're at a sit down. She is facing Julia Moraes, 5'5" junior from Brazil. Stay on this court to show you what's happening. Make that the big box, but there are 2 other courts for you to keep track of in smaller boxes to your left. Court 1, 1 singles. Court 4 would be that 4 line. Up to the line. Ready to serve will be Lures. Or excuse me, make that Moraes at 3-2. Having really established herself in this match already with a break advantage. Look out for that camera there, as that heavy groundy spun high and up and almost over the reach of Julia Moraes, and she was caught out of position. Love 15. A deficit that grows off the self-inflicted mistakes in serving into the ad court. Moraes is 0-2 this year against Barry in their 2 earlier meetings. She did win at 3 doubles, 6-3 today for the clinching of the doubles point. Angela Lures, 5'11" senior from France, 16-1 in dual play. Had a successful effort in the NCAA semifinals yesterday, beating Laura Jepescu of Flagler College 6-1, 6-3. Rice went the distance into a third set in the semi. She picked up a win, and also it was the winning fourth point that clinched the duel to get the Sharks back into the NCAA final for a third straight year. Not only did Morais clinch the duel in the semifinal, she also clinched the duel in the round of 16, which was the first duel on site here in Altamont Springs, Florida. Round of 16, she picked up a win versus Slippery Rock. Her break lead is in peril, 15-40. Follows a forehand to the net, but in looking to attack the corner, backhand intended for the cross court. A transition miscue for Morais. 3 games apiece as that service game started out love 30. 3 points after that. It's 3-all. Veronicova has already made her way into the second set. The first set to finish of the 6 singles flights that are going on. Taking it to Alina Miskulic. Veronicova 21-4 in dual play, with wins in the NCAA semifinal at the top flight, also a win in the Elite 8 on court 1. Both 2-setters coming into today, so has been playing very efficient tennis at an extremely high level. As we work it back to the 4th line of singles. Cian Conglini is at the line versus Lutringer. Barry, a school out of Miami Shores, Florida, founded in 1940 with an enrollment around 9,000. Turning defense into a point-winning situation, Lutringer under siege on that backhand side. Love 30 after her lob winner hit its target. Doesn't seem to be pleased with her display out there. Seeing Conglini, a frustrating start for her. As Barry is closing in on winning a first set without dropping a game on court 4. After a bagel set was won on court 1 for Nova Southeastern, Barry finishes the second first set of the 6 singles matches with a bagel set victory of their own, coming here on court 4. When Lutringer does it there, breaking Cian Conglini in that Love 5 game. Checking in on the threes. Lopsided first sets have been the story at a variety of different singles positions. Another example of that would be here. Andrea Dealma lost in her one doubles match, but has put the past behind her. She is receiving with a 5-1 lead against Sophia Shing. Sophia Shing, the New Zealander, has won her last 4 matches. And a straight set win at the threes yesterday against Midwestern State, 6-3, 6-3. At the threes, Nova Southeastern is a combined 18-5 on the year. 78% winning percentage in completed matches with that mark. Then you get to the winning percentages of different courts and singles for Barry, and this is one of 3 courts, court 3, where they are winning 90% or better. The match is played on court 3. That also is the case on court 2 and court 5. Going for it all off the return. Tremendous shot making. Reaping the rewards off the pace-filled return. Dealma playing extremely confident tennis right now. Has found herself a sweet harmony as well as she nestles in the drop volley to close out the point. But she not only is hitting with depth, but she is hitting into those corners. Really challenging the lateral quickness, the agility skills of Shing, who is on the wrong side of set points. 15-40, she will be at the line. Total confidence in her play. Dealma is reading these serves with the utmost dexterity. A passionate strike down the line, and you can see the frustration emanating from Shing as she lets that first set slip away. 6-1. A tighter first set on court 2. Habokovic and Dealma. Victoria Dealma. Back-to-back years where she has played 2 singles in the national championship. Last year at the twos, won a 3-setter. He serves with a game point at 3-4. Missing serves to bring about a deciding point. Big point here because Habokovic, with the prospect of winning the point, would then be given an opportunity to serve out the first set. Down the line pass from Habokovic. Gotta watch that one again. Under duress with a backhand attacking that corner, and on the redirect, the most electrifying of winners, as she tees herself up for prime positioning in this first set. Heading to the line, a hold away from claiming ownership of the first set. 5-3, she serves. Habokovic last year played 6 singles in the Natty. Now up to the second flight. Big jump for her in a single year. 3 first sets are done in singles. 3 are still ongoing. Of the 3 that are done, Nova Southeastern on the winning side of one on court 1. Barry winning first set on court 3 and court 4. 2 bagel sets, and then a 6-1 finish. Of the 3 finished first sets so far. Oval faults plaguing both players. Habokovic falls behind love 30. On the run, backhand misses cross court. Nova Southeastern is a private research university in Florida as well. Main campus in Fort Lauderdale, the Davie area. Offering over 150 undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral degree programs. Only fitting that these 2 Florida-based schools are playing in the final that is in Florida. We are in the outskirts of Orlando, Altamont Springs. 3rd straight year these teams meeting in the national championship. Reps against the serve for Habokovic. Struggling to find that first serve. She is, and this most important 5-3 serve game for her. The lack of making first serves leaves her vulnerable to return winners of that nature, as that forehand was rocketed past by Dealma to break right back. Habokovic leads 5-4 still on court 2. They're at a changeover there. So far, weather conditions have been extremely friendly. During the men's final yesterday, there were 3 separate rain delays. Lightning entered the fray, and that third delay was 2+ hours. It did finish, and Valdosta State did win 4-2 over Washburn, needing only 5 minutes after a 2-hour+ rain delay to finish off the duel. We're back on court. With Dealma beginning her serve game at 4-5. Already winning 8 national titles has Barry done, which is tied for the most. Tied with Armstrong Atlantic, a program that no longer existed. They had 8 at the D2 level. So a win today would be number 9 for Barry, and that would put them at the top. Most natties D2 in women's tennis with a 9th. A hard-earned point for Dealma. Strong defense holding up for quite a bit on that forehand side for Habokovic. He was under pressure in that forehand wing and then had to move forward, ran down a drop shot, and then it was pushed back off the lob. That one was out. We've had breaks of serve in Game 8 and Game 9. On this court. First sets are still in play at the 5s and the 6s as well. 5-all on court 5. 5-4 Barry on court 6. Lures has set points as the returner on court 6 against Julia Morais, who is at the line 4-5. Live scoring slightly ahead of the visuals. So here is the set points Lures trying to make an early statement in the form of a first set victory. Will make that the sole screen. A redirect down the line, single-handed backhand, runs wide of the court. More ice, loses her service game, and coughs up the first set. Angela Lures strikes first with a 6-4 triumph. Barry winning their third first set. Nova Southeastern winning their only first set at the ones, courtesy of Kristina Veronicova. She won that 6-love, that first set against Alina Miskulic. Bagel set here. This is at the fours. Lutringer taking the first set in that way. Facing Cian Conglini. Connecting on that cross court. Taking it to the forehand defense of Lutringer. Cian Conglini was serving love 5 in the first set and lost control of that 6th game. Trying to start out stronger in set 2 and hit that metaphoric refresh button. So these two courts are the two that haven't finished their first sets. Same score, 5 all each. Breaking up a 5-all tie, Habokovic answers with a 6-5 lead on court 2. While on court number 5, which is where we take you now, Dinara Alarova is the slight lead, 40-30. Looking to take a 6-5 lead herself. Misses on the forehand side, and that quicker point played out. And after the short baseline exchange, it's 6-5 in favor of the 5'5" senior from Russia, the 52nd ranked singles player in the nation, Alarova. To the top tier of singles, court 1. Miskulic, sophomore from Austria. Trying to refine that form. It's at the ones where Barry has struggled the most. They're 12-8 combined record at the ones this year. That's the fewest wins on any one of the 6 courts. It's also the most losses on any one of the courts. It is still a 60% winning percentage. Contrast that to the ones for Nova Southeastern, where they are 22-4 as a team. That is 85%, tied for second best of the 6 flights. Where they struggle the most is on court number 5, where they're just winning 70% of their finished matches, Nova Southeastern on court 5. But this is court 2. Victoria Dealma actively looking for a hold to preserve her hopes in this opening set. 15-30 at the line, 5-6. Hitting off of her back foot. That's where the depth comes in handy off the return. Habokovic, because of the neutralizing nature of that return to serve, has set points. Victoria Dealma is 1-1 versus Nova Southeastern this year. Last time versus Nova Southeastern, she lost to Habokovic 7-5, 6-2. That was in the conference tournament final. In command, backhand smoothly struck, swiftly getting to it down the line and rushing it past Habokovic. And she has repelled 2 set points. Has a third one to deal with, but also is a point away from taking us to a tiebreak set. It was all hers. All she needed to do was put that forehand away with a sitter fully on offense at that point in the rally, but she misses an unforced error, gives the first set to Habokovic, and she profits off a self-inflicted mistake in a rally that was extremely winnable there for Dealma, but loses control of the point at its conclusion. The 5s. This is where Nova Southeastern is winning their fewest number of matches. But again, we're nitpicking here because they still have a 70% winning percentage on this court. But for Barry, they're winning 90+% of matches on court 5. And that winning percentage is being seen, as is the score that is indicated. 6-5, 40, 15, they lead here. Adun crushes a forehand. Testing the defensive acumen of Alarova in her backhand corner. Alarova last time and last year in the national championship against Nova Southeastern, she went unfinished. Played at the fours after splitting the first 2 sets. She hasn't lost at the fives all year long, and her strong play carries her to a 7-5 first set win over Dadun at the fives for Dinara Alarova. Court 4. Cian Conglini, who in the last meeting versus Barry took on Alarova. Cian Conglini came up short in a 3-setter after taking the first set. He's up to the 4s, facing Luann Lutringer. Lutringer winning 9 of the first 10 games. In the semifinals for Barry, they beat Flagler College 4-1. And in singles, Barry won 5 of the 6 first sets. Contrasting that to today, where Barry has won 4 of the 6 first sets. The top 2 flights of those sets going to Nova Southeastern and Veronicova at the 1s and Habokovic at the 2s. Speaking of the 1s, Veronicova positioning herself ahead in this 5th game of the 2nd set. Breakpoint minded as Miskulic serves 30-40. And Veronicova on the run. Slight window down the line, but Miskulic cannot convert on the forehand down the line. So she gets broken. Veronicova goes up a break, 3-2. To the 3s. Andrea Di Palma fails to put that one away in the forecourt for Barry. Won the first set 6-1. She won 2 6-1 sets in the Elite 8 against Quinn Brady of Point Loma Nazarene. Off balance, striking the forehand as she was hitting that one off of her back foot. With that one going off the mark. Di Palma, love 30. Di Palma lost at 1 doubles earlier today, 6-3, teamed up with Eileen Crespo. They're the number 15th ranked doubles team in the nation. Crespo not playing singles, strictly doubles today. Each one of these teams has won 3 duels at this final site to get to the national championship. 16 teams, the final 16 in the NCAAs, made it here to Altamont Springs. A blissful finish with a sure-handed look at it down the line with the utmost conviction. That's Dealma cashing in on her backhand wing. Senior from Argentina. She is 3-0 against nationally ranked singles players and is number 22 in the nation in singles right now. A grand opportunity for the senior from Auckland, New Zealand, Sophia Shing, to better her footing in the second set. Pushing for a break. Out of nowhere, just tees off. Dealma turns neutral to offensive. To steer clear of that first break chance. In comes a deciding point. Sophia Shing, 18-5 in dual play, and 14 of those wins coming on court 3. She's also 4-0 at the twos. Shorter point. We going to replay that point? So I believe. Replaying it at deciding point. That is Shing, who checks up short with the return, which stumps and stalls the net charging Dealma. Up a single break, go Nova Southeastern at the threes. Lutringer racing out to a 6-love 5-1 lead against Sia Nkunglini. Just hasn't been her day. Lutringer serving for the match. If you're just joining us, it's 1-love Nova Southeastern. Barry striking first in doubles with the 6-love win on court 2, but then court 1 went to Nova Southeastern 6-3. And then court 3 went to the Sharks 6-3 as well to clinch the doubles point. Nova Southeastern 25-3. Looking for some revenge after losing to Barry in the conference tournament final back on April 27th, where 4 of the 6 singles matches that day went to a decisive third set. where that match was clinched on court 3. Sophia Shing lost it in a third set tiebreaker to give Barry the victory and the automatic berth into the NCAA postseason. Called out. Call that was upheld by our lines official. Sian Conglini playing some of her best tennis when she is most up against it. Dialed in with that cross court. Finding pace. Also using her proficiency at finding depth as well earlier in the game. Had that point won, but the rundown from Lutringer just to play the extra ball gave her a chance. And with a wide open court, the grad student from Bolivia, the St. Thomas transfer, misses with a two-handed volley. It's been that kind of day for the 56th ranked singles player in the nation. Craving to take a break away. Match point. Sian Conglini having a hard time trying to close out this game as Barry looks to get their first point in the duel. One apiece from down early in that 5-1 serve game to saving 3 break chances, to then holding and winning the match after a deciding point. One game drop, that was it. And a near perfect performance at such a high level Lutringer played, the freshman from France, as she takes care of business for the 8-time national champion Barry Buccaneers. A 1-all score, only fitting that we'd go to court 1. Veronicova has the match resting on her racket. Some challenging times on the serve. 15-30. Against Miskolic, who is currently number 5 in the nation in singles, but has only forged 2 games won, both in the second set. Feeling pressed in her backhand corner. 5'10" sophomore from Austria. Gives up a forced error. 30-all. On this play, at the net, allows Miskolic to track down break chances. Last year in the national championship, she lost at the ones to Natalie Espinal, 6-2, 6-3. She is also 0-2 this year versus Veronicova, playing their third meeting, even though Barry won in those two meetings overall as the team. Took her fair share of forehand slices. Defense solid, running down shots on her backhand side. Then the opportunity to reset the point and watch Miskolic err in a longer drawn out rally. Winning a defensive point to bring in a match point. Sweet little touch from Miskolic, who avoids ending this match, forces a ninth game to be played in the second set. As she journeys forward and showcases the touch and the hand skills. We'll keep it on that first court with our big screen. Court 3, a level raise for Sophia Shing. As she has the outright lead in the second set. Allures at the sixes. Is in an enviable position for the Buccaneers. We appreciate you watching Cross Court Cast, presented by Crack Rackets. Alongside producer Daniel Westoff, I'm Brian Fenley. Chris Alioris is on the grounds. Both of these teams played their first Sweet 16 match on these grounds back on the 21st. Playing their fourth match in 5 days in Altamont Springs, which has been a haven for tournaments at a variety of different levels, from the junior ranks, and has been a mainstay of hosting D2 national championships. They even had the ACC women's and men's conference tournaments here back in 2008. "25 lighted courts. Named the USTA's best facility back in 1985. Skolic starting to play better after dropping the first set without winning a single game. Humidity pretty high right now in Altamont Springs. It's north of 70%. 83 degrees is the temperature. Partly cloudy skies. Rain isn't expected into the forecast until 1 o'clock or so local time. So plenty of time to finish up the national championship before the looming inclement weather. 8 points for Barry on court 1. Veronicova, a miscue with the backhand after making contact with the net cord. With that miss, Skolic gets to within a game. Was down 2 breaks, now within a single break. Bouncing over to the threes. De Palma and Shing. Two seniors vying for a point. Nova Southeastern winning the doubles point. Well, the first singles match to end. Game on court 4. Lutringer 6-love, 6-1 all over Isabella Cianconglini. A match that took only an hour and 2 minutes to complete. Having built up a comfortable lead, was up 5 games to 1 at one point. Veronicova try to close it out and fend off this late charge in the second set from her very talented opponent. Knew where the percentage shot was going. Off the play down the line. The cross court, she was there waiting for it. Responded accordingly. Veronicova winning her last 7 matches played. She's already won a doubles match today. That was on court 1. Looking to go 2-0. She can win singles. A smash to enable Skolic a 15-all score. Veronicova looking to bring in Skolic, it appears. Testing her proficiency and her tactical abilities in the forecourt. Hits her off the court with a backhand. Hitting those corners. Adding some movement challenge to Skolic with all the ground she had to make up. 30-15. A lot of fight, a fighter's spirit on display for the Austrian, who was 10-7 in dual play. Hasn't been her best, and she'd be the first to acknowledge this against nationally ranked singles players, just 2-6. Only singles for her. No doubles. Iskolich has totally turned this second set. She tries to break. Point will be played out again, as you could see that ball from another court rolling onto this court. So we will do this one again. Veronicova trying to avoid getting broken in back-to-back service games. She's had 2 tries to serve out the match. Here's the second one, and it's not for her going as planned. An out call from Veronicova. She makes that call despite the protest from Iskolich, but the out call was confirmed by our chair umpire. Match point. From down in the game, Nova Southeastern looking to get back in front in the dual score. You want a 2-setter in the Elite Eight, a 2-setter in the Final Four, and a 2-setter won for Veronicova in the national championship to put Nova Southeastern ahead 2-1, gaining the lead back after a singles match was won at the fours by Barry at Lutringer. With the doubles point first going to the Sharks. That is 8 matches won in a row for the sophomore from Czech Republic. And with the win at 1 doubles, she goes 2-0 today. Very reliable source of production for the Sharks. Looking to defend our national title from a year ago. And who did they play last year? They played Barry. It was a 4-2 finish. And when the Sharks won it all last year, it was against the then 6-time defending national champs, Barry. They've got 8 national titles. The Sharks picked up their first ever in 2024. They've been so close so many years, and they finally had that big breakthrough in 2024, and they're looking to keep it that way in the successive year. Habokovic against Dealma on court number 2. Habokovic, excuse me. Dealma serves. Nothing getting in the way of what would be love hold for Dealma. 5'8" junior from Ukraine. (40-15). A big walloping of a forehand. Getting it past and through the court. Beating Dealma to her backhand side. Pulverizing it inside out. Really going after that shot. To take a game point away. Took a lot of risk on that return. Instead of looking to play the ball in the court more conservatively. The bold decision doesn't go as planned for Habokovic, who gives the game to Dealma. But Habokovic, who played 6 singles in the Natty last year, can serve out the match here at the twos. Per individual match, that is. What a weapon that forehand is. Getting so much might behind it. He's got winners recently inside out. Down the line as well. Difference maker, surely the forehand has been. Slightly rushed on the backhand running shot down the line that she tried to play. Dealma 7-1 against nationally ranked singles players. She's 15th ranked in the nation. Trailing as the returner in this game against the senior from Croatia. Getting drives off the forehand to neutralize the server. 2 big full swings on that side for Dealma to take control of the point.
I wonder. Let me go look at the others. It's going between, oh, now it's going up 2-1. 6 is live. Okay, let me put, oh, no, that's the one I have.
From up 30 love to 30 all. Double fault. And then an easy serve to the forehand last time serving into the deuce court. Got behind in the point right away.
Court 13 at number 5 singles for Nova Southeastern.
Match point on court 2 for Nova Southeastern. As Habokovic again put Dealma on the run on her backhand side. And a similar outcome under some time pressure on that wing. And she errs again. 40-30. Forehand has been a much better, reliable, offensive play for Dealma compared to the backhand. She isn't being rushed as much on that wing as she is the backhand side. Preferably would want to be hitting forehands at just about all times. And the appearance of a deciding point makes it match point number 2. A fiery forehand from Habokovic. Her 20th win on the season. Nova Southeastern increases their lead in the national championship duel 3-1. Winning their second singles match. Court 3 still ongoing. The 2 singles matches won for Nova Southeastern at the top 2 flights. This is Bing versus De Palma at the 3rd flight. Getting that forehand line to induce damage was Sophia Shing, who with her efforts does bring into the fold the 3rd set. Barry winning the 1st set in the bottom 4 flights, and the 2 first sets that they lost, the 2 top flights, ended up being 2-set wins for Nova Southeastern. All that is left, the 3s, the 5s, and the 6s. This would be the 6s.
Yeah! Let's go!
More ice dropped the first set here against Lures, who is the 31st ranked singles player in the nation. Morais is 0-2 this year against Barry. She's 23-3 on the year and has played all of her matches at the 6s. It's an 89% winning percentage, which is the most winningest court of the 6 flights all year long for the Sharks. Lures moves ahead 5-4. She went unfinished in the Elite 8. Was a game away, though, from winning a 2-setter, and then did win a 2-setter the 5'11 senior from France, in the NCAA semifinal against Flagler College at the sixes versus Laura Japescu, 6'1", 6'3". At the fives, Alarova, glorious in a first set. It's Noemi Dadoun, freshman from France, who went unfinished in the NCAA semifinals at the fives. She was down a set and down early in the second set to Camila Garcia. In that first set, she lost in a tiebreaker. He's also winless against Barry in 2 prior meetings this year. Now Larova smokes the forehand off course. 5'5" senior from Russia. Ranked 52 in the nation in singles. For the Buccaneers to win this national championship, they would have to win all 3 of the remaining matches. Sharks need only one of them to go their way, but of the remaining matches, the first set in all of them went to the Buccaneers, so they've got leads in all 3. Could we be headed to playing it out to the final court, which would be on brand for this matchup, considering they went 4-3 Barry in their last meeting? That 4-3 win for Barry was in the conference tournament final. Since then, the Sharks have won 5 in a row. Barry has won its last 22 matches, and the one loss all year was of the 4-3 variety, and it came against a Division I foe, Florida Gulf Coast. Morais is at the line. Quicker .1 for her. Off a missed groundie. Nova Southeastern winning the doubles point. They've won the doubles point in their last 6 duels. She thought she had that one, but was the call made out? It was. The forehand signaled off course. Morais in a must-hold situation in this 4-5 serve game for her. Building herself back into this game. A one-hander off balance, designed to go cross-court, misses from Lures, and the last 3 points have gone to Morais with errors on both wings. Among these last 3 points played from Lures to give Morais chances to close out this game for 5-all. But things get interesting now as we have a deciding point, but even more noteworthy, it's a match point. Break a serve for Lures, and she puts the second point on the board for the Buccaneers. Those second serves were attackable. Lures gets behind a forehand off that serve, breaks to win a pair of 6-4 sets to close the gap against the defending national champs, as Barry is trailing only 3-2 now with only 2 matches to be finished. Only 2 matches left. 1 on court 5. Which is where we take you now. It's Dadun versus Alarova. Alarova near side for Barry, wearing the white top. She secured the first set 7-5. She takes the lead and moves in front on the second set scoreboard as well. The only match that has gone to a third set so far has been on court 3. Here it is. Continuing to target the out wide forehand from Xing was De Palma. Palma wins through a deciding point in the opening game of the third set. Already 4 singles matches complete of the 2-set variety each, which was a lot different than the last time these two teams played, when 4 of the 6 singles matches did in fact go into a decisive third set. Back on the court after the changeover, Dadun in Alarova. Mami Dadun lost at the 5s in the Elite 8 to Azusa Pacific. She went unfinished in the semifinals. Is on the lookout for a hold in order to extend this match. Leave it up to the forehand down the line to get the damage started against her opponent. Another forehand followed by the backhand. Forehand, the opportunity ball, the backhand, the finisher. Alarova on top early in the game. Ooh, that ball came onto the court right before she hit that backhand into the net. I think we're going to replay that point. What a break if that's the case for Alarova on the far side. We won't feel the sting of missing that one, as we will have a do-over at that juncture of this game. Winning the pace battle in the match certainly would be Alarova. And as much as Dadun is trying to target the backhand for Alarova, is having a hard time doing that by how well she is hitting into those outer thirds of the court. Unnecessary amount of risk she went for, but feeling pressed down the line, she looked for the winner and it wasn't there. Alarova is creeping up to what is now multiple match points as the returner. All tied at 3 points as Alarova breaks in the final game of this two-setter to put the third point on the board for Barry. And that's 2 points, one in a row for Barry. The last 2 points coming in singles, as you could see there, and that coming on court 5. The other one on court 6. Both final games where Barry broke to win those matches. All that is left is here. Whoever wins this match will have forever memories of being the hero and the dual clincher. And out of the gates, it's Dealma wearing the white top for Barry, who has won the first 2 games of this third and final set. The only 3-setter of the 6 singles matches that will be entertained. So we are officially going to have back-to-back 4-3 decisions between Nova Southeastern and Barry. Who picks up that 4th point? Not known yet, but Barry has won the last 2 meetings, both this year against the Sharks. A forehand from Dealma that is putting a lot of pressure on Shing's backhand side. And she is left almost defenseless. That attacking nature of Dealma showing itself in fine fashion. Nova Southeastern, 4 wins all time against Barry in what is their 40th meeting between the two schools. Also a storyline to track here as this final match on court 3 plays out is that right now Barry is tied for the most national championships in D2 women's tennis history at 8. If they were to win today, that would put them at 9, and they would take the sole lead for most national titles. To get to a program that has already won 8, all you have to do is look at their overall record as a program in Division II in the NCAA tournament, where Barry comes in 105-22 all time in the NCAA tournament. Most wins of any program in Division II history. A sneaky shot that was unexpected. King was not anticipating that. After taking on a tough ball off a Dealma forehand line and sending it back with depth. But it was the shallowness in the court where that Dealma dropper was played. That lack of depth that got the point won for Barry in the end. A running forehand error. Looking to meet the ball, moving up into the court. Dealma, 22 in the nation in singles. She is 2-0 versus Nova Southeastern this season. Both of those prior wins were in a third set. So, what do you know? She's back at it playing another decisive set against the Sharks. Fickle play on that forehand side. Having to hit forehands ranging to her right. Or testing her transition quickness forward and hitting forehands of that variety. Deciding point. Needs a hold, does Dealma, to preserve a break lead. Through a deciding point, it is De Palma blistering a backhand after running forward into the forecourt. And a last-ditch effort from Xing to float and lob one into the corner. Tails off the court. One-way traffic for De Palma in this third and final set. All that is left here. And just to sort of summarize how we got here, it all began with a doubles point won by Nova Southeastern. That's the first time that Barry had dropped the doubles point during their NCAA postseason run. Wins on courts 1 and 3. The doubles point clincher coming on court 3. Then we move into singles. And that's where we find wins for Nova Southeastern to the top 2 flights. Veronicova and Habokovic. But the bottom 3 flights have gone the way of the Buccaneers. Lures at the 6s. Alarova at the 5s. Lutringer at the 4s. And it was Lutringer at the 4s. That was the first singles match to end to make it 1-1. And 2 singles matches from there, won by Nova Southeastern to go up 3-1. Since then, 2 straight, 1 for Barry. With it all coming down to this court. Sophia Xing played in the national championship between these 2 teams last year. Played at the 5s and won over Lures 6-3, 6-3. Lures has already won her singles match at the 6s today. (18-5) on the year combined for Nova Southeastern on court 3 this year. That's 78%. Disenchanted she must feel after 2 missed serves. Xing also playing doubles. Playing 2 doubles earlier today with Noemi Dadoun, who just lost at the 5s. Dadoun and Xing fell by way of a bagel set in 2 doubles. Last year when these 2 teams met in the national championship, Barry fell 4-2. It was the first ever national championship for Sharks women's tennis. (15:30). Generating pace. Losing patience in a neutral rally. And found the opportune moment to unleash with that forehand as it zooms past the Xing defenses. Break chances for Barry. Forehand is a menace. If you're on the other side, Dealma, the utmost confidence in that forehand, and it helps steer her in a big way in that game to what is now a double break lead, 4-love in her favor. And it's only fitting that this duel would come down to court 3, because if you remember the last time that Nova Southeastern and Barry played, it was in the conference tournament final, and it came down to that final court number 3. And it was Dealma clinching. Dealma clinched in their last meeting on court 3 in a 4-3 win, with Xing losing in that prior meeting in a 3rd set tiebreaker. It's going to take a lot of work here, a Herculean-like effort, to even think about the tiebreak set now, as Xing is just trying to find some level to meet Dealma's. An overhead crushed for Xing. She had a straight set 6-3, 6-3 win over Ando Chinga of Midwestern State in the NCAA semifinals. Did play her first 2 years of college tennis. Xing did at Georgia College before moving over to the Sharks. Nova Southeastern, already 5 wins in the NCAA postseason. South Regional, they came up with 2 sweeps. A 4-love win against Tuskegee, 4-love victory over University of West Alabama. Then round of 16 over 15-seeded Slippery Rock, 4-love. Azusa Pacific got past them 4-2 in the quarters. And then Midwestern State, the 3-seed, 4-1 yesterday.
Go! Go!
A glimmer of hope for Sophia Xing. Tries to go from down 2 breaks to a single break. She's earned 3 break chances through a deciding point. Barry all season long, they've been obviously a favorite, top ranked, number 1 in the nation coming into today, top seed as well. Playing a moon ball to give her time to recover to Palma, but she misses wide. Shing has rattled off her first game one. She gets some payback in the form of a break of serve after she's been broken already twice this third set. 3 of the first 5 games of this third set have been breaks to serve, and how cool it is that we've got different camera angles to show you as the teammates on both sides watching on apprehensively as the national championship will come down to court number 3. Beautiful Altamont Springs, Florida is where we are, on the outskirts of Orlando. A facility that was built in the late 1970s, went through a renovation, now boasts 25 lighted hard courts. Facility that has hosted the Division II National Championship in back-to-back years. With the same teams meeting in the final 2 the last now 3 years. Here's Shing serving after breaking in game 5. The pace off the forehand from De Palma was too much to handle as Shing could not get that forehand around in time to meet the ball cleanly. Very little wind, high humidity, and temperatures right around 80 degrees. Weather also looks tennis friendly for the next 3 hours, so we should be in the clear, not having to deal with any sort of weather delay. We did have in the men's final yesterday a 2-hour plus rain delay. Also had lightning, but none of that's seen. It's been a lovely set of conditions here on this Sunday. A forehand from De Palma that just doesn't have any answer from Shing. It has been such a dictating presence in the match. She looks at trying to re-break. Moving in briskly. A swift finish off the backhand side. And she comes up to meet the floater, and De Palma breaks Shing for the 3rd time in this 3rd set. and will be serving for the championship. It was Dealma who clinched on court 3 for Barry in the last meeting against Nova Southeastern. In a duel with the stakes nowhere near as high as the national championship. That last meeting came in the conference tournament final. It was these two teams, with these two players out there, all that was left. It being the second time that has happened. That third set they went to. Dealma won it in a third set tiebreaker against Sophia Shing. It's the unstoppable nature of the forehand, a sound technique, pace, and placement, and getting forehands off central balls has allowed her to take control and command of so many of these points. A big reason to explain why she has raced out to a 5-1 third set lead. Championship points for Dealma. The former Louisville standout, the senior from Argentina, ranked 22 in the nation in singles. Trying to improve to 3-0 this year against Nova Southeastern, is a point away from the ultimate glory. Shutting down on the angles and closing the net. Backhand cooperates for Shing. Did make contact with the net cord earlier in the rally. Great shot there of the conditions. Weather has been pristine all day long. And so has that forehand from Dealma, who was on the forefront of being the hero. Bing is holding on. Dangling are her chances. Clinging. With 2 match points saved. It's a pair of seniors. The final 2 out there on court to determine the champ. Dealma delights, and from down 3-1, Barry wins the final 3 singles matches, and they have won their 9th national championship in program history. Most out of any program, breaking the record and getting revenge from losing to Nova Southeastern in the NCAA final from a season ago. The Buccaneers, the top seed, the #1 team in the nation, won all 3 meetings this year against the Sharks, who won the doubles point. They were up 3-1 with wins on the top 2 flights of singles. But the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, and the 6s all went to the Barry Buccaneers, and the clincher, the senior from Argentina, Andrea De Palma, the hero, who wins a 3-setter, the only 3-setter played of the 6 singles matches. And Barry finishes the year 26-1 and wins their 9th national championship, which puts them ahead all-time of Armstrong Atlantic for most in D2 women's tennis history. It's been a pleasure. We're going to stay on with you here, but the commentary will come to a close. We'll show you the trophy presentation, so stay with us there. As far as the commentary, signing off, I'm Brian Fenley, my producer Daniel Westoff, Chris Halioris on the grounds. To the rest of the Crack Rackets team, could not have done any of this without you. Appreciate all of you so much, as do we appreciate all the fans checking out the action on NCAA.com. This has been a presentation on Cross Court Cast presented by Crack Rackets. Altamont Springs, Florida breeds another national championship for the Barry Buccaneers, their first since 2023.
National champion, baby! We gotta wait for it. Someone wanna get home? Sí, acá tienen las cosas. Coja ayuda. Andrea? Pero muévete un poco para atrás porque estás cubriendo ahí. No jodas. Un poco para el lado, para que no cubra el lado. Ahí. Dale. Everybody here. Look in the middle first and then look at me.
All right, everybody looking this way. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. One more time. Let's cheer. Let's get excited. Yeah!
And let's get happy. Yeah, there's also the backdrop that we can take here. Yo, don't mess with them. Get on right here, right here.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Are you happy? Not yet. I don't think I've ever seen you happy. I was going to say, I didn't put in too much work not to have this.
Congrats.
Job's not finished. Job's not, now it's finished. Now it's finished. Go ahead and they have to do a semi-final okay, relax.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for both of these great teams? Now to the award ceremony honoring the runner-up and the national champions in the 2025 NCAA Division II Women's Tennis Championship. Presenting today's awards are members of the Division II Men's and Women's Tennis Committee. Finishing as the national runner-up with a record of 25-4, the Sharks from Nova Southeastern University. And now introducing the players for the Sharks. First up, Christina Veronicova. Habokovic. Sophia Shin. Isabella Cian Caglini. Noemi Dadu. Julia Moraes. Amina Sagadieva. And Maya Benak. And now the coaching staff for the Sharks. Assistant coach, Freya Davis.
Yeah, Davis.
And head coach, Doug Nagel. At this time, will the team captains please come forward and accept the National Runner-Up Team Trophy.
You girls, everybody go up there. Everybody go up there.
Congratulations once again to the Nova Southeastern Sharks on a wonderful season and a fantastic performance here at the 2025 Division II Women's Tennis Championships.
No, I didn't know.
All right, guys. Here we go. Looking this way. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you.
Go Sharks! Yeah! Go Sharks! You guys take as many pictures as you want. You can do in groups.
Is it on?
You can do individual ones,
Yeah.
however you want to with your trophy, okay?
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to rush off, and then we have boxes whenever you guys get ready to box them away.
Thank you. You guys have any more? You guys want? So you good? Joe, did you get what you need?
Yeah. If they're good, I'm good.
Come grab your box, though. Make it easier to travel. Venga, Cash. Busca uma aqui agora. Bem rápido. Bem rápido que eles vão anunciar das campeãs, né? Com nós quatro. Eles vão ficar o tempo inteiro, né? Ah, vem, nós quatro. Vem. Joe, can you take one of us? Vem cá, pai, rápido, rápido, rápido. Vai, vai, vai. Rápido, rápido, rápido. Abby, we wait for answers or is she gonna? No. Okay. She's standing up on him. Let me see. No. It was the same. No, this is
You know, it's a dance, a French dance.
Close enough. I think like two of you were on beat.
It's only me and bro on this team. It's a French dance. You can give me
I wasn't even doing anything. I was changing the settings.
wow, we were ready.
I didn't realize it until
W.
Oh God.
That's
That's
win.
close enough.
3, 0, 5. 3,
You could just do it on your own. How about you do 3, 5?
W.
Yeah,
You did a 3, she did a 0.
you do 3.
Like this.
Isn't it like this though? Isn't this the 305?
Oh, wow. We've never seen such
Okay, let's do it again. Other way. Here, I'm gonna do it.
I know the W.
I'm gonna come down. How do we do that? You so fast. 3, 1, 2. Maya. Make sure you're paying attention.
Other way.
No, hold on. That's how I know.
Do this with this hand?
Right? And then 5 no, 5 is that hand.
No.
Sure. I mean, you could do it straight up. You don't have to cross these. All right. Are you guys ready? 3, 2, 1.
I'm glad I just taught you guys that.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
It's going to be perfect. She's alive. Because I would say that he was 50 or 60. So we're waiting to see if she's alive. Anda, trae con eso. ¿Aguanta eso por aquí?
No, make a cool picture.
I'm gonna have to do a video. He's gonna grab his phone. Let's see if he by himself. We'll do it as soon as he's
Yo, just have her bring the IV in the picture. It'll be
That's what I
perfect.
said.
Maybe like somebody tall holds it for her.
No, of course not. You got this, Angie. Yeah, quiet.
And now, the 2025 NCAA Division II Women's Tennis National Champions, finishing with a record of 26-1, the Buccaneers from Barry University. Introducing the
Guys, you're gonna
players.
look at him first, then
First up,
him first, then me.
Alina Miskalic.
Him first, then me. Ready at me? 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Victoria Dealma.
Then me. 1, 2, 3.
Andrea De Palma.
Me. 1, 2, 3. Dale.
Who wants to play some more?
Lutringer.
Let's go,
Me. 1, 2, 3. Dale.
Angela Leward.
Down the lead. Me. 1, 2, 3. Dale.
Eileen Crespo.
1, 2, 3. Dale. Me.
And now the coaching staff for the Buccaneers. Volunteer assistant coach, Nando Alves.
Let me.
¡Ay, Brasil!
Assistant coach, Alejandro Palacio.
Mira para allá, mira para allá. Y ahora mi.
¡Hostia, tío!
One, two, three.
¡Venga, coño! ¡El tiki-tiki!
Friends Lopez.
Right here. One, two, three. Dale.
And head coach, Avi Kegel. The National Championship Team Trophy.
Captains.
Everybody.
No, anterior. Whoa. You're not there. Mire, they're first. Then me. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Now everybody.
On a wonderful season and for winning the 2025 NCAA Division II Women's Tennis Championship.
We need some more on this side. Ladies, I need like 2 more on this side.
This week and supporting NCAA Division II Women's Tennis.
Primero si le van a aguanta que están ahí.
Hey, coach, can I get one of you on that side?
Look there first and then me. Look there first.
All right, guys, looking this way. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on, 305. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Wait for me. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Ones, if you have an available hand. Vamos. ¿Te van a o no? Si quieres. We have the one on the court. ¿Quieres con eso?